It's minicamp season, and today we're looking at the Seattle Seahawks and getting another look at Jalen Milroe. We're going to watch him throw the ball around, work through some drills, everything else. Before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at practice, rookie camp, OTAs, minicamp, training camp, workouts in between, whatever it is. You want to know your rookies? It's right here. Want to see your quarterback battles? Right here. Those guys you're drafting in fantasy football? Right here. Click that button. Stay in the know of your players as they're working out in practice, especially in training camp coming up in July. 6 minutes of clips here. We're going to rock and roll, talk some ball, loop it, and continue. Here we go. Watching the feet, watching them flip it out. We got some of the other quarterbacks mixed in there as well. We got Darnold. I will have a video out on Darnold as well here soon. But Milroe has been fun to watch, and he's been a fun prospect to pay attention to throughout this process. And there's just a lot to say about this kid. Very interesting. He's been coming to the facility really early in the morning, like 4 a.m. or so, just trying to download as much as he can download. And we're in a spot here on this depth chart where we know our job right now. It's to develop. It's to get better. It's to acclimate to the Seahawks system. It's to get ready for the NFL game, improve our accuracy. Everything's there. And that's what you wanted from Milroe, honestly. You wanted him in a good spot where, you know what, at the top it's kind of ambiguous, where change could potentially happen down the road. Year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Maybe you get your opportunity, but you're also in a spot where your first year, you're not expected to be the guy. And you're expected to take a seat and learn, watch the other quarterbacks, get extra time to develop. And one thing I'm seeing from the clips and from the notion from minicamp OTAs and rookie camp is that they are taking on the job to try and get him developed. And especially for this season. Could be different next year, as they may expect more going into year 2, and they may go more laissez-faire. That could potentially happen. But Jalen Milroe, we're not expecting him to come out of nowhere and become, all-world. We know what this is. But why are we excited about him? He has one of the strongest arms you'll ever see. When he takes off, he kind of has that Justin Fields factor where he's gone. He has got top-end speed, and that is fun to watch. And it's just top-end upside. This could be a quarterback class that sneaks up on you if a guy like Jalen Milroe comes out of nowhere and hits. That's the thing about this. At Alabama, he had his ups and downs. I do high school football recruiting, and I do it pretty much for all the schools. I do the top 300, all the players, covering their tape and stuff. And whenever I'll talk about one of the other quarterbacks for Alabama, or if I'm talking about spring ball or something, out of nowhere, Alabama fans will talk about Jalen Milroe. Not so good things. Not so good things. And I understand their pain. I understand. I've saw some of that. I watched it. However, when you look at the traits and how he plays, and a new system, new fit, new team, new coaching, and everything else. And you're like, man, if we can tweak this with what you already got that are top-end elite traits for a quarterback, you're talking about speed. You can throw rockets all over the yard. The sky's the limit for Jalen Milroe. Watch this. Boom. Not even his hardest throw or anything. It just comes out so smooth. I think this one's more of a dart. There it is. But Jalen Milroe is just a fun quarterback to watch. And this is going to be a backup to start the season. More than likely. But the one thing about training camp and the one thing about watching the offseason clips is you want to watch these developmental players and how they climb the depth chart. I enjoy that. I enjoy watching UDFAs, 7th rounders, 3rd-round quarterbacks like this. Watch how they climb the depth chart. Watch how they're working up. One day they're practicing with the 2nd string. One next day they're up to the 1st string, getting a few reps here and there, seeing how they handle that just watching from afar, rooting for them. Like, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of the people, the players that everybody's picking to not exceed expectations. I'm a fan of those players. I'm a fan of watching a player just circumvent the odds. And Jalen Milroe's that, especially to the Alabama fans. But he's got a good arm on him. He's got some traits. And it's not like we haven't had a third-round pick at quarterback hit for the Seahawks before. It's not like we haven't had that. I've said that in many of these videos. It's not like that hasn't happened. You just got to be patient. You just got to let nature take its course. But when I look at Jalen Milroe, I'm looking at a quarterback here that has those traits that could really light a fire under this team if he hits. Like, the upside's unreal. Like, even if we're not really hitting the upside, like, we're out there and we're playing good, like, it's fun football at least. Like, you'll win games and have fun football. Like, I'm not saying you're going to have Super Bowl after Super Bowl. Like, you'll have some fun football if we start getting close to that upside. Like, honestly, we start playing well. We start putting it together. And it happens. It happens for players sometimes. That's what I want to see. I think, if anything, like, say you get a 5-year run as a starter up for him. Let's just say that. I'm just making things up. And he's just starting to hit, 80% to his upside. And you guys are just having so-so seasons. Maybe you make the playoffs a couple times. Those seasons are going to be fun. They're going to be fun. They might make you a little nervous, but they're going to be fun. Him taking off, him throwing some rockets downfield. Like, if we can get to that. Now, if you're looking at him for fantasy football, seasonal leagues, redraft, kind of outside the scope right now. However, deeper formats, and you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're playing in those deeper formats, you may want to look at him as a lottery ticket. Superflex, Dynasty, I see him going a second round. He's also going where, like, third-round wide receivers, maybe late third round or day 3 wide receivers and running backs are going. That is a move. You have to really know your league and your format and how trades are going. If guys are holding quarterbacks over a barrel and they're not trading in your league, and this league's been established, and you're pretty much set in stone with your quarterbacks unless you have to unload and trade the house for them, you may want to just pick him up. You may want to just pay up for him, pay a few spots higher, and just do that and hope he gets the opportunity to start within the next 24 months and enjoy the production if it happens, or flip him and hold somebody over a barrel. Because I'll tell you one thing, the analytics of my channel gives me indication of when a player has market value, and it's the view counts. And he hits. So if he starts doing anything, and you want to use that as a chip and a stock in your league, or just have him, that might be it. He's got some market to him. There's a few players in this year's draft. Him, Scattaboo has that. Shedeur for sure. A few others, pretty much almost all the running backs that are drafted on day 2 or higher. That's an easy one to call. There's a few others, but he's definitely one of them that would skyrocket if he even got the right blurb to really get something out of him in trade value. Honestly, super flex. 1 QB, you're just really just playing the market. If you have starters on your waiver wire, you may want to just look at upside running back and wide receiver. If it's deep enough where your lineups are kind of deeper or your benches are kind of deeper, you'll know. You may have to go after the quarterback instead then. That's the thing about that. However, you might catch a Konami code out of him with the rushing production. The rushing production, even if he's a mid quarterback or less, that still gets you QB1 weeks. Justin Fields last year had 2 QB1 weeks and some decent productive fantasy football weeks as well. Justin Fields was starting to come along a little bit at the end of last year, but still, like all the pieces wasn't there, and we were still getting it. Now you're looking at him, he can definitely get that for you. That's the thing about him. He's a fun quarterback to watch. And you got Jackson Smith-Njigba, who can create separation. Cooper Kupp has a good bridge for this offense. Don't not know how much longer he's going to be in the NFL. Should be there for a bit. A tight end, you guys drafted Arroyo. I think his athleticism, it's going to put it on notice. I think he's a little bit raw, though. Still needs some refinement. You have other tight ends there to buffer that. But his upside's through the roof as well. And you're very good at the run game. Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet, Damian Martinez. Solid there. Again, this is a prospect you need to pay attention to because the upside's immense and injuries could hit and he could be on the field. He could be on the field, and that could be fun to watch. And you may need to know who your players are. Jalen Milroe, upside quarterback from Alabama. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.